There we go. I think I'm getting a hang of this OBS thing. I'm now beginning to understand how I need to set it up, and it's getting quite exciting. Okay. Um, so what are we here to do today? I was just about to step out when I saw this video just popped up on my feed, and I decided to watch it. So, fair warning, this is pre-watched. I already pre-watched it, but immediately it started. I knew I needed to stream on this. So, yeah, let's do this. Let's hope JavaScript doesn't take a beating up there. Wow, zoo. All right, transition and play.
I think I hate the JavaScript world.
I just absolutely love how he starts off. He's like, I think I hate the JavaScript world, and I agree, dude. I've been saying this all like decade or so. Like for the last 4 or 5 years, I've just been saying that JavaScript sucks. And people get me wrong; they think it's the JavaScript language that sucks. The JavaScript language I love. I write. I wrote a stream yesterday, and then you saw the JavaScript. Of course, I missed a few things, fat arrow, for example. But the fact of the matter is, JavaScript sucks. If you look at the ecosystem from outside, you would understand. And I'm gonna stop talking and let him speak a bit and explain it.
And in my professional career, I chose front end. And I think I made the wrong decision. I've been thinking about going back into
So I said I'll let him speak, but I have to come in here. I think that people who say I'm a front end engineer or I'm a back end engineer are making the wrong decision. Why? Not because being a front engineer is bad, or being a back end engineer is bad. The problem is you are limiting yourself to something very small in the niche of web development, which is in itself a niche in programming, because you have systems programming, you have games development, you have all of these different niches, right? And then in the niche of web development, we code both backend and front end. We have the ability to do that, and we've been doing that for decades. And all of a sudden, we segregated ourselves into I'm front end, I'm back end, and no one wants to cross over, and especially in the JavaScript ecosystem. But let's hear him speak.
the industry for a while now. And I want to talk about why I haven't. So, I have worked front end for 3 different dev positions. And then the third position was full stack, and it was just full stack because I was, in the GraphQL layer 20% of the time. But I mainly worked with front end. I mainly worked with React. And I don't know what it is, but I felt like I just got less and less excitement about building front end applications with React. I liked getting better with,
which is fine, Z-Rab. Like, if you're doing it for the money, it's fine. If you want to be a USSD developer for the money, it's okay. I have no problem with that. But when you limit yourself and your skills, you're bothering yourself in a different way. You are limiting how much you're going to enjoy the craft. And then he talks about it. So as he goes on, he even actually talks about what I'm talking about. So I'll let him speak and then add a bit more.
with JavaScript. I like becoming a better developer as I dove deeper into JavaScript specifically. But I feel like the direction that React and the JavaScript world is going has been making the JavaScript ecosystem more complex to solve problems that it continues to introduce. I'm not interested in solving any more problems with JavaScript. And React itself just single page applications in general. With how popular and hireable, like how popular React is and how hireable you are for like really getting good with it in front end, it just feels like React is used to solve every single front end applications problem.
And that's the problem right there. JavaScript has, yes, you're right. Like it's devolved into this cult where it's React and JavaScript or nothing else. And I really can't fathom how we got here, right? You don't have to use React for everything. Like you can have an application where you have React, Vue, and Svelte. Like you can have that benefit today in 2024, and we choose not to do that. We choose to say React is going to run my front end, and then it's going to run my back end now. And then we have introduced all of this complex technology, server-side rendering with hydration, server components, like client components, and all of this complexity, all because we want to use one technology. If I took you to a restaurant and there was a buffet, and then I spread it before, like laid it before can't talk. I laid that buffet before you, and then I told you you can only eat gari. That's all you can eat, right? That's all you can eat from everything with whatever you can imagine is at a buffet table. What would you do? How would you feel? And that's how it feels when I hear people say use this for everything. It really sucks, right? Look, I have no problem if you use React for work and it makes you money. It's fine. If you're hired for that, do that. I do Django for work and I don't love it. I do Python, I don't love it. In my spare time, I write Ruby and I write Rails, and that's what I enjoy. But I don't limit myself to that, right? Anyway.
I feel like it has brought organization that a lot of front-end developers have desperately needed. And there are a lot of neat features that have come with it. But I do feel like we keep trying to push something that is broken. I don't think single-page applications were meant to get this complex. And again, the complexity keeps coming from the drawbacks of single-page applications.
So it's sort of like an Ouroboros where the snake keeps eating its tail. It makes things complex, and then it makes more complex solutions to solve the complexity that it has introduced, right? And that's what just keeps happening. It's insane. Seriously, there's something broken. There's something really broken with this industry, like that. And you look at people like Tio, and all they do is sit and hype new technologies. And he got
a lot of websites. When you have to implement server-side rendering and proper hydration to be able to make React work for what mostly is kind of just like a lot of like static content, I feel like we just keep forcing React on every single problem that we have. Most websites don't need React. And the conventions aren't even agreed upon.
For example, Gatsby and so many applications out there. You see someone's portfolio site and it's built in an SPA. You realize that we're supposed to start from simple to complex, right? Like we're supposed to use the most simple technology available to you first before you use the more complex technology. And you're building a simple website and you jump and you go straight. See, you want to use React for a mobile, no problem with that. Is React the only thing you want to use in your life? Maybe you should think about that, right? But it's deeper than just React. I don't want you guys to confuse this and think that this is like it's more prevalent in React where you notice the problem. Like you can notice the problem more in the React ecosystem, but it's a bit more pervasive than that. It's, should I say insidious, not pervasive. It's a bit more insidious. But let's keep going.
In React, like it's just a library, it's not a framework. And Next and other frameworks have tried to,
and yes, I've said this again and again, React is a library you pick on the weekend. It is not your entire life. It's something you get up and say, oh, I need to do something on the front end, oh, React is available, you learn how to write React, and then you write it and you move on. It's not meant to be your entire focus in life. There's so many other beautiful things, so many other beautiful technologies out there that if you just stopped and looked out, you would have so much fun. And many of you might look at it and be like, why do these guys like coding? Because we enjoy it, right? We've not limited ourselves to just one dish. We are constantly cooking with different ingredients, mixing the ayoyo with the alefu, adding some granules here and there. You know what I mean? And then trying to create these cuisines, beautiful cuisines that we enjoy. And because we enjoy that, we keep doing it. There's no trick to it. It's plain and simple. If you do not serve yourself a bland meal, you're going to enjoy the food you eat, right? It's simple.
Solve that problem. But when I meet a lot of people that love Next, they're not really good with JavaScript. Like a lot of new developers coming into the industry, they're not really good with JavaScript. Just their favorite content creator or Twitter told them that they need to be learning Next if they want to be hireable, which is entirely untrue. Very few jobs hire for Next right now compared to just using React, compared to other alternative solutions. Next is not popular on the front end. Not to the extent where like you should be dedicating all of your time just building shit with Next. Like there are a lot of really bad
When you say like AngularJS, what do you mean?
developers that are bad with JavaScript and they remain bad, but they're able to piece together an application. But that's like the culture that's been built around the cult of Next. And even like Tailwind is another one that just continues to get pushed out. So many people that just are obsessed with Tailwind, especially new developers.